into the old superstar format, let these guys go at it, and I still think the Vikings and Steelers tug of war is like the greatest. It is the greatest piece of non-sport sports we've ever seen.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind seeing them even do an alumni edition of this, where you have some of the speedsters from the past to see who still has it. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I think there's really potential for this, although it wasn't really all that well attended this first year.
What's going on with the Wilfs?
Yeah, this one was interesting to me. They have now started an esports league, or not the league, but they have entered a franchise in the Call of Duty league that Activision is running. And so I think it was around a $20 to $25 million investment to start up this franchise. But I think this has got real potential for the future. And so Jonathan Wilf is kind of in charge of that. They're one of their sons. And I think it's a good investment. It probably won't pay off in the first few years, but I think this is a down the road thing where these sort of leagues take off. And the interesting thing is that the Vikings are having their team, their Minnesota team, stationed out on the TCO campus, the Vikings Lakes campus, and eventually they could even have an esports arena built out there. So I think they're fully invested in this and see a bright future for this sort of business.
Yeah, I know the Timberwolves are going all in on this stuff too. It is the emerging market. Doesn't really interest me, but man, there are business opportunities there to get all the millennials sitting on the couch. That's a pretty good deal. And Kyle Rudolph, he's been a good dude his entire career. It's kind of heartening on a personal level to see him get the deal just because he's going to be around. What's he up to now?
Yeah, so people would know that he was the Vikings representative as Walter Payton Man of the Year last year for his work with the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital. Now he has donated quite a bit of money to get a big training facility at his high school, Elder High School near Cincinnati. So just another step for a guy that is really benevolent, does really good charitable work in this community. And I think this is something he's wanted to do for a while. So he was on hand this past weekend for the ribbon cutting ceremonies and opening up that space. So, a guy that is kind of keeping his roots in mind while he also does good work in the Minnesota community.
So thanks to Kyle Rudolph for being that kind of a guy. He listen, professional athletes, once they reach a certain level, make a lot of money, and it's cool to see the ones that actually understand that it's probably the right thing to do to give back. So we appreciate Kyle. Thanks to Tim Yotter from VikingUpdate.com. Thanks to our producer, Brandon Morton. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll be back next week, and I think it's going to be an interesting summer, even during the slow times.